Welcome to Massachusetts and Farthest Star Sake. Let's go talk to Todd Bellamy and hear what he's got going here. All right, we're here with Todd Bellamy in Massachusetts. Tell us where we are, Todd.
We're in Medfield, Massachusetts, about 45 minutes outside of Boston Center, and we are going to be New England's only sake brewery and tap room.
Excellent. So you've got a long background of working with sake. So this is a new brewery for you, but sake's not new to you. So you're going to bring that expertise here to Medfield, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been in the brewing industry since 2006. I have run my own sake brewery before, but that one closed down, so we're going to open this one hopefully by early 2022 and have sake flowing by then. And as you can see behind me, we got 6,000 square feet, including 1,500 square foot tap room. So we'll have plenty of space for people to come and enjoy sake, and then we'll be able to crank out a lot of great sake for the Massachusetts market.
Excellent. So I see the name of your sake brewery is Farthest Star.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about how you came to that name.
It's a real aspirational brand. I love science fiction, so I wanted something sci-fi related. But all my favorite sci-fi movies are all about people dreaming of discovering a new world out past as far as they can see. And so sake is like that to us. So a lot of people discover sake for the first time through our brewing. And after that, they realize that past that sort of point that they didn't know about, there's a world of sake beyond that. So we were hoping to kind of help people sort of listen to that call to adventure and really understand sake for the first time.
Great. Well, we have no doubt that you will help introduce people to that new horizon that's out there, and we look forward to watching that happen.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right, you want to show us around a little more?
Sure.
All right, let's take a look.
So yeah, we just got all of our tanks last week delivered, and so we're going to be making sake in these 2,000 liter tanks, which takes about 675 kilograms of rice per batch. So out of this, we'll end up with about 1,300 liters of finished sake. So we're kind of going bigger because we have the experience to do so, and from running the sake brewery before this, I really know what the New England market can handle. So we're gearing up to make a lot of sake. So we're starting with these 2,000 liter tanks. We've got a couple of baby tanks also to be able to do fun stuff in the tap room and experiments. And then these will all be for production that'll go into bottles out in the market. We're going to do two sake, a filtered drier style and a sweeter unfiltered style. And then in the tap room, we're going to be able to play and flavor sake and change sake, make some esoteric Japanese styles that are near and dear to my heart. So all that stuff will happen here in the tap room in Medfield. And then the stuff in the market in the Boston area and out in the rest of Massachusetts will be our two core styles, and then we will add styles as they become popular.
Great. Well, let's take a walk down here and see some.
The smaller tanks that I was talking about, so 500 liter tanks, much simpler design, so you can just lift up the top and be able to access the sake to stir it. These will allow us to play and make a bunch of esoteric styles and different styles that we dream up without having to make so much sake. So we'll be able to play and serve these in the tap room. So because of our bottle is so small, it's kind of single serve size, so it'll lower the cost to allow a lot more people to try it without having to spend $25 or $30. But the drawback to that is that we have to package our sake in a lot more bottles. So each batch of sake for us is about 6,000 bottles. So we bought a fully automated bottling line to be able to handle that task without wasting a lot of sake or breaking a lot of glass. So it'll be a lot easier for us. This bottling line handles about 1,500 bottles an hour. So a batch of sake for us will be about 4 hours after it's clean and ready to go.
Wow, well, can't wait to come back and once all this is set up and the brewery's done and see how cool it looks all put together.
Yeah,
and
me too.
also try some of the sake. I know this has been a process for you so far. You're looking forward to coming together. It sounds like it's going to happen soon.
Yeah, we're looking to end construction in a few months, and then obviously it takes a couple of months to make sake and really start up the whole brewing process. And we have to test all this equipment and make sure it all works how it's supposed to before we start throwing costly rice into a tank. So yeah, we should be able to get started brewing by the end of October.
Great. Well, we'd love to come back and try it once you do.
Yeah, you're always welcome to.
And I think we're going to go grab some dinner now. One more question before we leave. Can I ride the scissor lift?
Of course.
All right, let's go do that.
All right.
All right, we're on the scissor lift. We're going to take a bird's eye view of Farthest Star Sake mid-construction. So here we go.
So we're in a little town somewhere outside of Boston. I'm riding with Mark. Where are we, Mark?
No freaking idea. This feels wrong. I guess it's not. Okay, so
You're right.
why did it send me there?
I'm not sure.
Can't trust computers.
This is how Mark makes up time.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
Hear that 4-cylinder?
All right, Todd, we're here in downtown Cambridge actually tonight, and just had some beer that you made here yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm friends with the Cambridge Brewing Company behind me, and the head brewer there, Will Myers, and I had a really great experience going to sake events together. So we did a collaboration brew. Tonight we had Moonbuggy IPA, which is a New England style hazy IPA, fermented 100% with sake number 9 yeast. So the sake number 9 yeast lends a lot of like fruity backbone that goes along with the fruitiness of the hops. Really helps bring in extra fruitiness and support the IPA. It's really great.
So hang on, no filming. So all right, so security has pushed us away from the brewery, but now we're going to continue our conversation out here on the sidewalk. Todd, earlier we were talking about accessibility and people being able to get a better grasp of sake. Talk to us a little bit about your hope with that.
Yeah, so my background is in the brewing industry, and so I love coming to places like the Cambridge Brewing Company where it's all locally sourced food and locally made beers. And so for me, for sake to grow in North America, you really are going to have to demystify it for people and bring it down to what people want to do every day. I mean, there's great occasions to have linen tablecloth, wine glass, sake, and have those kind of experiences. But at the same time, we're really hoping to make sake that caters to people who just want a burger or tacos or just hang out with friends outside. And so coming from the beer industry, I definitely have a lot of experience with that kind of venue, like the brew pub behind us. And so it'll be a perfect place to have sake served with more casual food and make people understand that they don't need Asian food or Japanese food to enjoy sake.
Great. So, speaking of Japanese food, Asian food, you spent quite a bit of time in Japan in the past, right?
I did, yeah. I lived in Japan for 4 years. I did a bunch of different things, but one of the things I did do is fall in love with sake and Japanese food. And so when I came back here, having already been a beer home brewer, I decided to kind of mix up my beer brewing and start brewing sake. And so I sourced some brewing materials from Japan, textbooks on brewing sake, and then read through them all, and then started learning how to make small batches in my home. And then I did some beer sake hybrids with places like the Cambridge Brewing Company, where we could make bigger batches like 500 liters, and that really showed me that this could be a viable business and that I had the capability to make larger batches. So we're on the cusp of opening our brewery, which is going to be 2,000 liter batches. So we've come a long way since 25 liter batches in my kitchen. But yeah, we're ready to go, hopefully in a couple of months with 2,000 liter batches.
You're working on, reaching back and respecting the past of not just the brewing scene here, but in Japan as well, but also looking forward to the future about what sake could be in the United States. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, in Japan, sake and food are real hand in hand and cooperative. You get a lot of local sake breweries that really make sure to work with purveyors of local foods and stuff. So here in Massachusetts and New England as a whole, that would be my focus also, to grow our sake. So we'll look at food traditions and histories in New England to maybe help us make some experimental batches. So we're looking at fruits like blueberries and Concord grapes and cranberries and different things like different woods that grow here, and maple water, which is maple sap from maple tree to make sake. So we're looking at stuff like that, but also really partnering with restaurants and food purveyors that deal in locally made cheeses and seafood and wonderful things that are grown and raised in Massachusetts and New England as a whole. So I'm a huge proponent of during the summer sake and a lobster roll. And I've actually worked with local restaurants to use the kasu we press out of the sake to start the fermentation for their rolls that they make in-house. So we're going to be doing a lot more of that kind of stuff too when the brewery's up and going.
Great. Well, Todd, it's been a pleasure being here today, seeing the brewery. I can't wait to see it when it's built out completely.
When it smells like sake
and
not diesel fuel.
Yeah,
it'll be really great.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time.
Oh, anytime.
Okay, y'all aren't going to leave for dinner without me, are you?
I could just turn the key. Yeah, we just turn the key and leave.